everyone. Once again, I'm back with a brand new story and some learnings for you. And this is something extremely important and going to be a very deciding factor for you all who are working in a particular organization as to how can you change your life and what are the things that you should be doing or not doing when you are in the organization. And especially if you are not happy with your current salary, what are the things that you need to do? So we are going to narrate this through an interesting story about a man who became a light bulb. A man who became a light bulb. You got it right. We will discover it as we go ahead. So very quickly, let me get to the story, and then we will talk more and discuss more about this. This is not going to be a very long video. Very quickly, I will share this with you, and then in my format of top 5 learnings and how can you become successful in life, in your professional life, and what are the things that you need to do. So we'll learn from this story. Very quickly, my name is Syed Saif, founder of BrainNow Consulting, and this new initiative that we have is called the Corporate Trainer. So we do a lot of corporate trainings and for employees as well as one-on-one coaching sessions. So I'm a business consultant, I'm a coach, I'm a trainer and a public speaker. I have more than 22 years of experience working with various organizations. We've done almost 20,000 plus hours of training for various organizations and for all the levels, from the lowermost worker at the workshop level till the CEOs. We work with some great national and international brands in the domestic market as well as in the international market. And here are some of my qualifications and my studies that I have done. You can pause the video and see this later. Very quickly, we will jump into the main content of the day. So this is a story of the worker. As I said, he used to work in a factory. So this worker actually was not happy with what he was doing, and he was very dissatisfied with his life, with his salary, with his income. So things were not going well for him. So he goes to a monastery to meet a monk, and he thought that he'll take some advice from the monk and see if his life can change after that. So he tells the monk that I am doing a lot of hard work and I am a very hard-working person. You know me, and I have done so much for the organization that I have almost become irreplaceable. I'm indispensable right now, as I think, because there is so much of workload that I'm handling and so much of work that I'm doing. But the problem is that I am not getting rewarded for the work that I am doing, and I'm not happy with my job. And the reason for my unhappiness, the monk asked him that, why are you so unhappy? So he said that the primary reason why I'm not happy with this entire thing is that my salary, my pay package is very low and I'm not able to make the ends meet. So the monk now tells him to take a leave from work and don't inform anyone and just go on a leave for a couple of days, 3-4 days. So he's very shocked listening to this, that why is the monk telling me to take a leave? But then he takes the advice and he goes on leave and he doesn't inform anyone, and then he goes to the mountains with his family, wife, and then after a few days he returns back to work. So when he returns back to work and he starts working, now the manager is concerned and he asks him, the manager is now asking him that, where were you? So obviously because he had taken an uninformed leave, the manager was concerned as to where was he. So he says that actually I'm not happy with my work and my the office environment and especially my salary, and that is causing a lot of stress, and that distress was just becoming too much for me to handle, and so I took a leave. So manager gets worried because now this worker is very important for the organization. So he really gets worried and he tells him that, okay, don't worry, I will increase your pay and I also give you a promotion. So he's very happy now because he's got what he wanted. His salary is now increased and he's got a pay raise. And what he does is that now he does the same thing again after a few days and he again goes on leave. Now again when he goes on leave and he comes back, the manager actually asks him again and he said, I am not happy. I'm still not happy with my salary. And the manager again, because this guy is very important for the organization, he said, okay, we'll give you more pay, more salary, take more money, and he again increases his salary. Now the problem was that this guy thought that he's got a trick and the monk has told him to do this. So what he does is that he makes this a habit, and he continuously keeps on doing this. And what happens one day is that finally when he comes back from this uninformed leave, he is not allowed to enter the office. Alright? And there is a do not enter board for him. His iCard is not working, he's not able to access, and he's not able to get into the factory. And when he inquires with the supervisor and the guard, he is told that he has been fired. And he is extremely shocked and unhappy and surprised as to what has happened. Why has he been fired? He was such an important person for the organization. So he goes back to the monk again because he's worried now, and he again goes back to the monk to ask and to tell him his story. And so the monk, so when he has narrated the entire story to the monk actually now tells him that you only took half the advice and you left. You did not listen to me properly and did not take the full advice from me. He said, okay, really? So what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? So he said that, you see, if you have a flickering light, a light bulb, which is not working properly, and it keeps on going off and on, so people will just tolerate it for maybe 2 or 3 times, and after that the light bulb is replaced with a new one, and the same thing is happening with you. You got what you wanted, but out of greed you did not settle, and you kept on doing the same thing again and again, and as a result they found a new employee, and now you've been fired and you are out of your job, and all the money, all the pay raise, all the promotions that you got are of no use to you because you've lost everything now, and you did not take my advice seriously, properly, and also completely. You did not take the complete advice from me. That is why you've been replaced. Okay guys, so I think the learning from this story is, some great learnings from this story. What are the learnings? The learnings are that no one is indispensable, which means that if you are thinking that you are irreplaceable and you cannot be replaced, that's a wrong thought. There is no one who is irreplaceable. Everyone is replaceable. Okay, so keep that in mind, and especially in the work environment when you are working in the office, remember that no one is indispensable. The organization is much bigger than one employee. Number 2, taking undue advantage is wrong. Now this man actually started taking undue advantage of the organization. Every time he wanted something, he would disappear from the office. Now this is not the right behavior to demonstrate. I'm sure you all know this. But knowingly or unknowingly, sometimes we do it. We sometimes may not do it with my seniors, but you may not do it with your seniors, but you may be doing it with your juniors, and you take undue advantage. Sometimes we are guilty of, misusing or misbehaving with the labor force or the manpower. Yeah, we should not be doing that. Number 3, there is no end to our desires. If you keep on desiring new things and bigger things, there is no end to it. And inordinate desires lead to one's destruction. This is a saying by a very wise man, that inordinate desires will lead to one's destruction, because your inordinate desires or your desires are never ending. You've got a cycle today, you will want a bike tomorrow. You've got a motorbike and you want a car. You want a car, you've got a car, you want a bigger car. You've got a bigger car and you want a private jet. So these inordinate desires will never end. You have to settle down somewhere and you have to be contented with what you've got. Alright, number 4. Money alone doesn't bring happiness. So this is again a very important one. If you are just bothered about how much money or how much cash or how much liquid cash or how much salary I am drawing, that's not the only thing in life, and there are so many other things. Your family, your friends, your neighborhood, your relatives, lot of things. Money is important and it is extremely important, but that's not the only thing in life. You have to keep a very healthy balance between the financial positioning or the financial your financial stability and your personal life and family's stability. So that's a balance that you will have to strike. Last but not the least, but that is also very important one. I think this is the most important one, that before you bunk, you need to have a plan B. Before you start acting smart, before you start doing such things, you start disappearing from the work, you are taking the work for granted and you are not serious. Have a plan B in place. Because if something goes wrong, what will you do? If you are the only breadwinner for the family, if you are the sole earner for the family, if you are the only one who is working and you are yourself dependent only on the salary, you have no passive income, you have no other business, don't do all this. You have to be very serious about your work and have a plan B. Always we should have a plan B for ourselves, so that if things don't go right tomorrow, you always have a plan to fall back on. Okay, with this, we end this video here. We spent a lot of time creating these videos for you and getting these stories for you. My request would be to all of you that please subscribe, go through the entire video, share the learnings with your friends, share this video with your friends and family and colleagues, and also please remember to press the bell icon, because that is where you will get the notifications from us, so that you know whenever we have uploaded a new beautiful story and some lessons for you for corporate life as well as your professional and personal life. With this, signing off now. Thank you so much. Once again, this is Syed Saif from Brain Now Consulting, and the initiative is called The Corporate Trainer. Thanks. Take care, all of you. Bye-bye.